Yesterday we have studied lesson 1.1. Let me share the screen now. Okay, are you seeing what I am doing? Yesterday we studied that lesson. Okay, lesson 1.1, development of society. Today I'm going to teach you lesson 1.2. This is the lesson, today's lesson, which I'm going to teach all of you. Let me maximize this. Okay. First one slide I didn't see here. Anyways, did you see this material on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Look here, today's topic goes like this. I've told you already as well. Lesson 1.2, types of society. Okay, types of society or kinds of society. We are the students of sociology as well, social studies as well. Therefore, these days we are focusing on society. Okay, what is society? How actually society develop and change after one stage to another stage. Okay, transform from one stage to another stage. Yesterday we had got some ideas on that as well from the unit 1, lesson 1. Today from this unit 1, lesson 2, we are going to discuss on the types of society. Okay, and regarding types of society, regarding the different stages of development of society, different stages of the development of society, different sociologists and anthropologists have given their different ideas on the basis of their research and so on. Okay, there was one very much popular sociologist before, whose name was E.V. Look here, cursor, E.V. Taylor. Okay, E.V. Taylor, who had classified our existing society. Okay, in which society we have been living, in which village we have been living. This society, were divided into savage society, barbarian society, and civilized society. Uh, did you see on the screen? Look, savage society, barbarian society, and civilized society. In the beginning, okay, in the hunting and gathering age, how was the society? Society was completely savage. People didn't have any idea that they had to cooperate with each other. Okay, they didn't have idea to build home. They didn't have idea to prepare clothes. They didn't have idea to take the take the different food. So situation was there. Later on, those people transform into barbarian people and actually occur their barbarian society. They started to actually fight with each other, uh, quarrel with each other. You know, the Huiba were powerful, Huiba were mighty, used to kill the weaker one. Such kind of era also, age also was there, the existing society of these days in the beginning, in the ancient time. And last one was civilized. At this time, at present, we are in civilized society. Okay, there are rules, there are constitution, there are governments, political parties, different organization, religious, cultural, and political organization. These all have these days have control the monitor the or have been monitoring the have been controlling the people's barbarian activities, and those people have nowadays have been transformed into civilized people. Therefore, we have this civilized society. We are living in civilized society. It is called in Nepali Sabya Samaj. Okay, and another very popular and influential sociologist was there. His name was Karl Marx. You might have heard about him, Karl Marx. Karl Marx have also divided the societies into different categories, different stages. These are the stages of development of society as well. It first was hunting society. Look, hunting and gathering society. Next was pastoral society. Even I have given you some ideas on it yesterday's class as well. And next one, third one was feudal society, capitalist society, and last one was socialist society. Hunting means in the it was the first stage of society, first phase of society. Next one is the pastoral society. At this time, people rear the animal and pass their life and survive on them. Feudal society at this time, people uh, kept, that hundreds of thousands of bigger land. They actually developed their ownership on them. They became the owner of those land, and they, what to say, exploited the poor one. Similarly, check the capitalist society. Uh, at this time, at present, most of the European societies, European countries have capitalist society. In capitalist society, rich people are given priority by the even government, even the constitution, government, political parties, industries, factories. I mean, um, everything will be favorable for the rich people, wealthy people in a such capitalist nation, capitalist society. And last one is socialist society, where is even given priority to poor one, medium class people as well. They are given different sort of state facilities by the government in socialist society. Even actually Karl Marx have imagined the one sort of society. It is known as actually a society based on communism, where there won't be any sort of differences, any sort of disparities among the people. Okay, these are the some actually classification stages of development of society. Some other sociologists also have actually divided our society into different categories and what to say phases. Number one, look here, pre-industrial society. Before the industrial revolution, whatever society was there, it is known as pre-industrial society according to them. And industrial society in 18th and 17th and 18th century, there took place a huge revolution. There took place industrial revolution in Britain, especially from there. That industrial revolution, trend of industrial revolution spread to other European countries as well, and finally that reached to the other continent also, and post-industrial uh, society as well. These are also another kind of classification of our society. Similarly, you know that our societies can be classified on the basis of economy, also on the basis of religion, also on the basis of language, also on the basis of settlement and time as well. There are given in your book too. You can go through that. Look, yeah. In short, I'll tell you. Economically, capitalist society. It means society. Uh, Society, you know that based on wealth, property. Okay, where is given priority to property. Next, socialist society. Third is mixed society. Mixed society, where actually will be the features of capitalist society, also socialist society. Such society is known as mixed society. It is the actually stages of or types of society on the basis of economy, on the basis of money, on the basis of capital. Check the next. Where is my cursor? Look here, religiously on the basis of religion. I mean, Hindu society. Yeah, where is majority of Hindu people? Buddhist society, where is majority of Buddhist people who follow Buddhism. Another is Muslim, where people follow the Islam religion. Kirat, where is majority of Rai Limbu, Yakha Sunwar community who follow Kirat religion. In this way, on the basis of religion, also society can be divided. It means similarly on the basis of language as well, society can be classified monolingual, where people speak single language like Nepali, bilingual, where people speak two kind of languages, Nepali plus their mother tongue, Rai Limbu, Rai language, or Mogar language, any sort of other language beside Nepali. Similarly, multilingual, society means where people speak different sort of languages. If there is mixed society like Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Kirat, I mean all sort of people who follow different religion have been living in a single village or city, they can speak different languages. Such society can be known as multilingual society also. Okay, are you listening, guys? I directly started class today. Now see a settlement on the basis of settlement, rural society, people who are living in a rural place, remote place. Such society is known as rural society, and urban society who live in city, Kathmandu, Pokhara, Viratnagar, and okay, those people, the society existing in Dharan, Viratnagar, Pokhara, and Kathmandu city is known as urban society. Simply, it is simple. Okay, even you can tell it. And look here, last one, a classification of societies or types of societies. Time, on the basis of time, society can be classified into ancient society, medieval society, and modern society. Are you listening? Ancient society, medieval society, and modern society. Ancient means at the time of hunting and gathering society, how was the society? Whatever kind of society was existing there, it is known as ancient society. Medieval society in pastoral age, horticultural age, in the agricultural age, whatever kind of society were existing there, such societies used to be known as medieval society. And at this time, at present, whatever kind of society has been existing there around us, such societies are collectively known as modern society. This was only I want to say regarding society. Now look here. This picture I actually yesterday also used to explain the previous lesson. Okay, actually this picture belong to this lesson. Yesterday I have told you it. Okay, hunting and gathering society. The first is a first type of society, first stage of society, according to Karl Marx, was according to very much popular sociologists of this world, Karl Marx, first stage of society, first type of society was hunting and gathering society. In this type of societies, people used to live in a den and forest. They didn't have built any ideas to wear the clothes. You can see here, they are to some extent naked here, okay? And they didn't have built, they neither have built home, nor have actually developed any sort of civilized culture. I do not want to explain much. This point will give you the ideas. Look here, hunting and gathering society's feature. What are the features of the hunting and gathering societies? Look here. When there was hunting and gathering societies, at that time people used to survive by hunting, trapping, trapping, fishing, and gathering edible fruits. Whichever fruits, wild fruits could be, that could be taken for survival purpose. People used to gather them, people used to source them and used to eat them. They used to even fish the animal. I'm sorry, they used to fish they used to go for fishing. They used to catch the fish for survival, for having them. Similarly, they used to trap and hunt the animal, and their hide, especially their actually place they used to eat for survival. Such situation was there, such actually condition was there at the time of hunting and gathering at the time in the hunting and gathering societies. And they had a nomadic life. Look here, nomadic life. They didn't stay permanently in a particular place. They used to live in a particular place for a few days or few months and used to change the settlement area. Yes, no permanent settlement. They didn't have permanent settlement. They had a nomadic lifestyle. They used to wander here and there. They never stay in a particular place for a long time permanently. A small number, normally up to 60. In their one group, okay, in their one group, they had formed different groups, and in one group, generally, the actually number of people used to be up to 60. 60 people, 50 people used to live in a particular group and used to wander here and there. They had a nomadic life. I'm talking about the features of hunting and gathering society. Don't forget this. And last one feature of the hunting and gathering society is still found in Amazon forests of the South Asia. This type of hunting and gathering societies and this sort of lifestyle is still are found in Amazon forest of South Asia. In our this very Asia continent where we have been living in the southern part, which a country have been living, which a country have are available on the Amazon forest region. There are still found, that nomadic lifestyle. And there are still found people living in this type of, passing this type of lifestyle. They have formed still this type of, first type of, society, okay? Now let's go to the next slide. Look here, this picture belong to another type of, second type of, or another type of society according to Karl Marx, okay? How Karl Marx has classified our society into different type and stages. This is the second stage and type of the society, pastoral society. Regarding this picture, about this picture, I have told you yesterday, few people, few boys, okay, small boys who are in their young age have been rearing their animal. Regarding the development of society, regarding this human civilization, people, our ancestor, our forefather had killed their, past their many years, that many years, thousands of years for, by rearing animals usually. Still we rear the animal. We keep the buffalo, we keep the cow, we keep the pig at the home, because it's our actually culture. It's our actually culture which began from since ancient time. Look here. Now let's talk about the features of the pastoral society. First feature of the pastoral society, first characteristic of the pastoral society was more stable but do move grazing their animal. More stable, it means what? They had also nomadic lifestyle. They used to also wander here and there with their large number of animals like cow, buffalo, sheep, and so on. In order to actually graze them, for grazing the animal, they used to change the place. They used to change their settlement area. But to some extent, to the great extent, they used to live in a particular place, okay, for the longer period of time than in hunting and gathering age. Similarly, second feature of the pastoral society is food supply is enough. Their actually food supply was enough at this type of, in this type of society, in this pastoral society, okay? They had developed already many ideas to grow the crops. They had actually found, recognized some fruits which were edible, okay, which could be eaten for survival purpose. Similarly, third type of feature of the pastoral society is making tools, simple weapons, and jewelry of stones and wood. People started to make the tools, make the weapons by using the stone which were available there. Even they, that manufactured they actually invented the jewelry as well by using the wood, by using the stone, okay, in this pastoral age. It is therefore it is also another feature of the pastoral society. Similarly, simple trading based on barter system. Trade also started, trade and business also started, but it was completely based on barter system. You may not know regarding barter system. Barter system is exchanging goods. Suppose if I have given you 10 kg rice, in return, okay, in return, what do? You will give me the 20 kg potatoes, okay. This type of actually trading system is known as barter system. There was brought and was gradually developed the idea of trade and business as well, but it was completely based on barter system. People used to exchange the goods And still this type of society, pastoral society, has been existing there in Kenya, Nigeria, and Ethiopia as well. In some countries, especially in what to say, those countries like Kenya, Nigeria, Ethiopia, African countries. These are the African countries. I was trying to remember the name of the continent. Okay, Australia, especially African countries. Okay, in Africa, there are a few countries, Kenya, Nigeria, and Ethiopia. Still, there are found people keeping the large number of animals and wandering here and there. Okay, in order to graze the animal. They have such this type of lifestyle still. Okay. Similarly, it had emerged. It means this actually pastoral society was emerged 12,000 years ago. 12,000 years ago, and hunting and gathering age actually occur on this beautiful earth where we have been existing, we have been living before this age. Okay. Uh, Now let's go to the next topic. Next topic, horticultural society. About this picture, I have given you some ideas yesterday. There are ancient people, our forefathers, okay, human beings, forefathers who had developed the idea to grow the fruits because they could recognize some fruits which could be eaten for surviving purpose, for the survival. Okay, and they had started to cultivate the fruits there. Look here, they had built this sort of hut also. Look here, hut. Hut means the body. Okay, and they had built this sort of hut as well at this age. Okay, in this type of society, horticultural society, people had developed some ideas to build home as well. This type of simple hut they had started to build and had started to grow the fruits. Now let's talk about, let's analyze the features of the horticultural societies as well, because we are today discussing especially the different societies, different type of society. I mean features of different type of societies. First feature of horticultural society is that it was emerged 10,000 years ago. Are you listening? It occurred on this earth 10,000 years ago. Forest areas were cleared by cutting and burning. People like burn the forest, cut down the forest, okay, pull down all the trees, okay, and burn the forest and started to cultivate their fruits. In order to cultivate the fruits, in order to grow the fruits, plant the fruits there, people started to cut down the trees from the forest, even they burn the forest for that purpose. Okay, this is the second feature of the horticultural society. And third feature of the horticultural society is move less frequently for finding new areas for fruit cultivation. They also move, but less frequently. They hardly change their place. They, to some extent, permanently, they started to live in a particular place by cultivating the fruits, growing the fruits, and having them. Okay, practice wider division of labor. That division of labor is started. The division of labor means what? You might know, dividing the tax. Like in our school, Kumar sir, his principal, he is carrying out the tax of duties of responsibilities of principal in our school. Similarly, coordinator Shem Dhakal sir has been carrying the responsibilities of coordinator there, especially looking after the monitoring the English medium block in our school. It is called a division of labor. Similarly, I am teaching the social studies subject. My sole responsibility is to teach the social there to my student, to all of you there, isn't it? It is called division of labor. This sort of division of labor, they started. Female started to look after the home and look after the children. Male might started to male might have started to cultivate the land, dig the land to cultivate the fruits. It is called division of labor. It started in this type of society. Okay, we have 10 minutes now. There is left 10 minutes only. Now, creation of rich and poor. This actually differences between rich and poor occur there. Okay, in this type of society, I mean in horticultural society, there occur clear differences between rich and poor. Some people who had one much land to cultivate the fruit, they, I think used to be known as rich people, and who didn't have or had less land to cultivate the fruit, they used to be known as poor one. Okay, such situation occur there. I mean, the concept of rich and poor occur there in horticultural society. Keep in mind. Now let's go to the second last type of society. It is called agricultural society. In this agricultural society, I have told you yesterday also, in previous lesson as well, while teaching that, while explaining that, in agricultural society, people, what do they do? Their major profession is to cultivate the land to grow the different sort of crops like paddy, millet, corn, potatoes, and so on, isn't it? We have been also living in this age, I mean, in this society, in this type of society. We have also some patch of land, we grow different sort of crops over there, okay? Now let's go to the features of the agricultural society. First feature of the agricultural society is people cultivate the crops for food. Yes, most of the people started to cultivate the land for growing the crops like paddy, millet, and so on. People still were rearing the animal. It is called animal husbandry. Okay, check here, animal husbandry. And amors that people was still keeping the animal, it means even in this agricultural society. And amors, this society, agricultural society, amors 8,500 years ago. 8,500 years ago. Okay, and use of animals for ploughing farm land. Animal used to be, oxen used to be used to plow the farm. It means to plow the farm, to cultivate the farm, to cultivate the land. And complex division of labor had occurred there in this agricultural society. There was very simple division of labor in horticultural society. Concept of division of labor emerge in a horticultural society. But in this agricultural society, the division of labor, its concept became very much complex one. Okay, wider surpluses and trade. What happened in this age, in this type of society, agricultural society? People started to cultivate the fruits, any sort of crops, not only for having purpose, not only for surviving purpose. They even grew the large quantity of crops in order to sell at the market to earn money as well. Therefore, there occur the concept of trade and business, modern trade and business, concept of modern trade and business. Already they had developed the barter system, I have told you before as well. More concrete government structure occur there in this agricultural society. We are in agricultural society, I have told you frequently about this. We are living in a such mixed society where our features of agricultural society and industrial society are found together. Okay, and therefore we have also got the very concrete government structure. In the leadership of KP Sharma Oli, there is the Nepal government. Okay, there is federal government has been formed in Kathmandu. They are ruling us. You might know. Similarly, in this agricultural society, there occur the concrete and strong government to rule the majority of the people. Political parties exist and occur there. They form the government to rule majority of the people. In this agricultural society, people had not only involved in agriculture, I mean, had not only involved to cultivate the land, they had involved in even in a modern politics too in this agricultural age. The last one feature of the agricultural society is many unindustrialized countries like Nepal are still in agriculture. I have told you many times, okay, before. Our Nepal is still agricultural country. It is still in agricultural age, okay, because most of we are the son and daughter of, a farmer, son and daughter of, we are the children of farmer. Okay, our nation is agricultural country. There are many more other agricultural countries like India, Bhutan, Bangladesh. Most of our Asian countries, neighboring countries are agricultural countries. And most of the European countries are industrial countries where have taken place already industrial revolution. I have told you already in 18th and 17th, 18th and 19th century, there had taken place industrial revolution in Britain, which is European country. Now let's go to the next slide. This picture belongs to industrial societies. There are large number of people doing hard work in the industries. Okay, different industries. It is a picture of one industry where majority of people have been working, have been doing hard work for their owner in order to in order to earn some amount of money, the salary every month for their survival. Okay, now let's go. Let's talk about the features of the industrial society. We have just 3 minutes. Therefore, I am in a hurry. Industrial society emerged in 15th and 16th century, but industrial revolution took place there in 18th and 19th century in Britain, in a Belair, in Nepal. It is called Belair. Industrial society emerged in 15th and 16th century. It is the first feature of the industrial society. Most people work in a manufacturing companies, trade and services. People, left the agricultural, cultivating the land. Instead of cultivating the land, instead of growing the crops, people started to work even in industries and factories which were established in large number here, especially in European countries. Okay. In this way, people, changed their profession. They were farmer, but changed themselves into worker of the industries and factories in these industrial societies. And third feature of the industrial society is commercial farming. People had involved in agriculture too, but their actually production was too much commercial. They started to cultivate the land to grow the crops in order to sell them at the market to earn the money. They didn't actually involve just in a subsistence farming. They didn't grow the crops just for survival purpose. They grew the crops in order to sell at the market to earn the money. Excessive use of technology. In industrial society, people have been at this age, in this modern age, have been using, in this industrial age, have been using excessively technology. We are also using this Zoom technology, internet to run this online class. I have told you yesterday also. Okay, excessively we have been using the technology. Similarly, in industrial sector also, they have been using the very much huge, huge technology, machine, and so on, in order to run the industries and factories, so that owner of the industries and factories can earn huge amount of money from them, can earn huge amount of profit. High standard of life. In this industrial society, people actually maintain the high living standard beyond the huge profit from their industries and factories, and maintain the high living standard. They are very much rich. Okay, and capital society and serious gap between rich and poor. In this capitalist society, this industrial society is also known as capitalist society, where where it is seen that there is very vast and serious gap between rich and poor. Do not count the poor people as a people. Even poor people do not respect the rich people. Okay, they do not have a good relationship. Always a rich one want to exploit the poor one. It's going on. Okay, and higher cultural diversity. There are diversity in culture. Some follow Hinduism, other follow Buddhism. One man may belong to Nepali Congress, another may belong to other political parties. This side of diversities have also occurred in this industrial society. Okay, this much for today, guys. I have completed my lesson. I have this lesson I have completed. We have less than 1 minute, therefore. Thank you so much. You actually listened me very much carefully. Inform your rest friend also to take the online class right from tomorrow. This much for today. Have a nice day ahead. Have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm going to end the class. Yes? Can I end the class, guys?
Yes, sir.
Have a
Yes,
nice day.
sir.